Live shot from the C-FAX 1070 Radiothon. The Courtnall Celebrity Classic has raised millions of dollars for mental health care in the capital region, creating the Archie Courtnall Centre, an emergency psychiatric facility at Royal Jubilee Hospital, a place for people suffering mental health issues to go when they need immediate help. Since the centre opened its doors in 2004, it has seen thousands of patients and has experienced significant backlogs as well over the years. The centre serves as an emergency room for psychiatric patients, and there are times when the hospital psychiatric ward is overloaded. So patients who need to be admitted are forced to wait at the Archie Courtnall Centre until a bed opens up. The Vancouver Island Health Authority says it is far preferable to making patients wait in regular emergency rooms where it may be more difficult for them to cope.
The nursing and staff are clinical experts in helping people with mental illness and psychiatric conditions that require medical aid. So it's in many ways a vastly superior place for people to wait, even if they sometimes need to wait a little longer than we'd like, but than a regular emergency room.
This year's Courtnall Classic is raising money for the psychiatric ward at the Royal Jubilee Hospital's new patient tower, part of the Victoria Hospital Foundation's annual fundraising campaign. Well, the Health Authority says that more resources are needed to improve mental health care, but part of the battle is erasing the stigma that many people with mental health issues face, and that is where the Courtnall Classic and the Archie Courtnall Centre comes in. Dr. Rivian Weinerman, the Clinical Director of Collaborative Care for VIHA, joins us now live from the studio where the radiothon's underway. Dr. Weinerman, thanks for being here. How does erasing the stigma help the mental health care system?
Well, stigma is the key problem that is faced by patients as they come for help with their illnesses. When they finally reach the point, and there's about 23,000 of them in the province where they need hospitalization, they're at their lowest, they're at their most vulnerable. They are at a place where they have the least faith in their recovery. And when they come to a place, let's say the Patient Care Centre or the Archie Courtnall Centre, where there are beautiful surroundings and where they are welcomed and where there is no closed door and where there's equipment there that is basically there for their best care, then they can start to have a belief in themselves and start to believe, well, gee, you know, if people are doing this for me and the community has responded to create these kinds of facilities and the community is there for me, maybe, just maybe, you know, I should have faith in myself and faith in my recovery, and maybe I can get there and maybe I'll live up to those kinds of expectations. So it's crucial in terms of the stigma people have against themselves when they come into the system. Then there's the stigma that I have to admit as a physician myself, that psychiatrists and medical doctors, that physicians have about mental illness themselves. And I think that when they see the surroundings and when they see the kind of structures that are in place, these beautiful, welcoming places for their patients, they too will be influenced. I think medical physicians who are not used to having mental health patients in their hospital, they have only known them as hived off into the Eric Martin pavilion, and they don't see them. They sort of imagine what they look like, and they don't realize that they're indistinguishable from the rest of their patients, especially as they get towards their recovery. They're indistinguishable.
What a difference removing that stigma makes on both ends of the care spectrum, Doctor.
Absolutely, and when they see their patients respond, and when the psychiatrists see their patients in these beautiful surroundings, they can't help but elevate their expectations of recovery. And as well as that, there's also the stigma that medical physicians have towards psychiatrists. They're often seen as less than, and when they meet with us and see that we're not like weird and crazy, ourselves being the subject of stigma, and they see that we, like our patients, are ordinary people that really can't be distinguished from them, then relationships start to build and form, and conversations about how to best help patients. And this can only be good for the mental and physical health of our patients. So stigma is how do you say, it's nefarious. It gets in there and it has to be faced. And the Courtnall brothers and what they've done with the Archie Courtnall Centre and with the Patient Care Centre is just key, and the community that's behind them.
We rely on the community to do a lot, and guys like the Courtnalls to do what they do, and Doctor, what you do as well. And we appreciate you taking time to join us tonight.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thanks to all of you up and down Vancouver Island, mental health services are getting a big boost with the Celebrity Classic Golf Tournament on Saturday and the gala tomorrow night. The fundraising underway today at C-FAX 1070. The Radiothon has been a huge success, raising money for mental health care. They've been taking your calls and accepting your donations and raising awareness for mental health issues all day long on our sister station C-FAX 1070. The phones have been ringing, the volunteers have been there, the radio personalities have been sharing their stories and taking calls from celebrities. Wayne Gretzky called in earlier this morning. Around the noon hour today, Victoria firefighters showed up flipping burgers for people who would buy lunch by donation. People have been calling in, sharing their stories and supporting the cause.
You know, we didn't expect that, especially this morning when it was a little bit slow, but now you can still, it's great. And it's, you know, it's Victoria. People are very supportive of great causes, and this is another one.
The tally just before 6 o'clock tonight as the 12 hours wrapped up, over $82,000 raised. A reminder, the fundraising continues and the fun continues all weekend. Tomorrow night, the Fairmont Empress rolls out the red carpet for the fundraising gala as the sports stars and celebrities converge for the Classic. And we'll be broadcasting live on Vancouver Island Report tomorrow night from the red carpet right here at 6:30 on A News.